Lately, Alissa Violet has been in the news for her split from Jake Paul, but there is more to her than just Jake's ex-girlfriend. Have you ever wondered how she got her start or what her astrological sign says about her personality? Stay tuned to find out what tragedy happened to her during a Thanksgiving trip home. New around here? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more videos like it. Now, on to 20 things that you didn't know about Alissa Violet. How she met Jake. Most of you may know Alissa Violet from her relationship with YouTuber Jake Paul. He inducted her into Team 10, and the two had a short relationship. But do you know how they met? Alissa was with one of her friends at the mall when she saw large crowds of young girls. She asked the girls what was going on. They told her that Logan and Jake Paul were appearing in the area. The fans asked her for a ride, and Alissa ended up taking them to see Jake. While there, Jake got her number, and the rest was history. We guess you could say that it was kind of love at first sight. She didn't go to college. Alissa is only 21 years old in 2017. At this age, most people would probably be in college, but after Alissa graduated from high school, she packed up her stuff and moved to California. Other YouTubers like Logan Paul attempted to go to college and then dropped out when they realized that their YouTube careers were catching fire. Alissa just skipped the whole thing altogether. It looks like she's doing just fine without spending 4 years in a university though. She is probably even making more than many college graduates, so we would say that she made a good decision. Wouldn't you? She's a Gemini. Alissa was born on June 12, 1996, which makes her a Gemini. If you know anything about this astrological sign, then you know it has its positive and negative aspects. Geminis are usually gentle, affectionate, and curious. They are also able to learn quickly. On the other hand, they are also nervous, inconsistent, and indecisive. Geminis tend to like traveling and talking to anyone and everyone. They hate being alone and being stuck in a routine. This is one of the most sociable signs. Geminis are also said to have two different personalities, so you never know what you're going to get with them. She's from Ohio. The Alissa that you now know is a true California girl. She's always at the beach or outside soaking up the sun. But she wasn't always a California resident. Before the internet fame, Alissa lived in Brunswick, Ohio. If you've ever been to Brunswick, then you know it's nothing like LA. There are no famous people walking around, no beaches, and it's usually pretty cold. Judging by her pictures, it doesn't look like Alissa is missing Ohio too much. With such perfect weather and fun places to go in LA, we don't blame her one bit. We wonder if she will move back home when she is done with being a YouTube star. Represented by Next Models. Lots of little girls dream about being models when they grow up. With Instagram and other social media platforms, girls can take amateur pictures quite easily. But Alissa is actually a real model, as in she gets paid in actual money to do it, not just likes. She is signed to Next Models Management in LA, so she didn't just move out to LA to hang out with her boyfriend. She also moved to pursue her modeling career. Modeling is a perfect job for Alissa. Not only is she gorgeous, but she also has a great body. No wonder people want to pay her to take pictures. She didn't know who Jake was when they first met. So we told you how Alissa and Jake met, but did you know that she had no idea who he was at the time? She wasn't another one of his fans screaming to meet him. She and her friends were simply there to drop off two younger girls and to see what all the hype was about. It turned out that day would change her life forever. Through Jake, she was able to move out to LA and start her YouTube career. Maybe he liked her because she wasn't just another crying fan. So if you're ever in a room with Jake Paul, maybe pretending not to be a fan will get his attention. Started dating Jake Paul. So after she met Jake, they didn't immediately start dating. They texted while he was back in LA and then would hang out whenever he came back to Ohio. She eventually went to go stay with him in LA and said that it felt like the two were actually together. Once she moved out to California, they became a bit more serious and Jalissa was born. Fans loved to see them together and they seemed to be really happy with one another. At least they did at first. Now the two YouTube stars are constantly arguing and don't look like they really get along. Oh well, it was good while it lasted. Split from Jake Paul. Alissa may be in a new relationship, but that doesn't mean that we will ever forget her public split from Jake Paul. It was super brutal. They went from being #goals to being pretty much at each other's throats. Alissa claimed that Jake kicked her out of the house. Jake said that they told her to leave and that she refused. They both took to Twitter to tell each of their sides of what happened. Each claimed that the other treated them unfairly and is the reason for their breakup. The feud is still going on. Hopefully one day they can become friends again, although we don't see that happening in the near future. Her best friend. Friends are important, especially when you're going through a romantic split. When Alissa and Jake were done, YouTuber Chantel Jeffries stepped in and gave Alissa a shoulder to cry on. Talk about real friendship. Chantel and Alissa commonly make hilarious videos together. Their conversations are honestly so funny that they could have their own reality TV show. We would definitely tune in. It's great to see YouTubers forming such close bonds. In an industry that is so cutthroat, it's amazing that the two girls have each other to lean on. A lot of times you see pretty girls on YouTube beefing with each other, but not Alissa and Chantel. They are friendship goals. Where she went after splitting with Jake. Splitting from someone you love is never easy to do. It's even harder when you live with them. So when Jake and Alissa decided to part ways, it was clear that she needed to leave the Team 10 house. But where did she go? She went to go and stay with her #1 gal pal, of course. Chantel took her in when Alissa had nowhere else to go. Isn't she such a great friend? The two used the time to make videos together and hang out while Alissa figured out what she was going to do next. Chantel really is a great friend. She claims Jake cheated on her. The story of Jake and Alissa is a sordid tell. No one really knows what went on between the two of them. Luckily, Alissa made a video to describe her side of the story. She claims that pretty much as soon as she moved into the Team 10 house, Jake started bringing other girls around and flirting with them in front of her. It made her moody all the time and really depressed. She described horrible situations where she had to walk around the house and be nice to the girls he was with. She always had to pretend like she didn't care, but inside she was devastated. That's just brutal. Can you imagine watching your boyfriend get with other girls? We sure can't. She was on TV. YouTube may be where you are used to seeing Alissa Violet, but that isn't the only screen she's appeared on. She was also in a TV series. She played the role of Kylie on the show The Deleted. The show is a cult thriller that follows the disappearances of 3 people. It seems that the 3 people were unconnected, but as the show progresses, you see that that may not be true. Meanwhile, the kidnappings trigger some serious paranoia in the main group of teenagers who just escaped from a cult. The Deleted was Alissa's first real acting gig, and from the looks of it, it won't be her last. Her diet. Alissa Violet has a pretty amazing body, and she's not afraid to show it off. She commonly wears crop tops and little shirts that show off her midsection. With such a great physique, you would think that she is probably on a very strict diet. She actually has only admitted to cutting a few things out of her diet. In 2015, she tweeted that she stopped eating bread and junk food and that the change made her feel great. We wonder if she kept up those restrictions or if she eventually gave into temptation. Either way, she looks great. She's dating. Alissa has moved on, and we are so happy for the girl. Shortly after her infamous split from Jake, Alissa got together with fellow YouTuber FaZe Banks. The two seem to be absolutely in love. They moved in together and even share a dog. If that doesn't scream love, then what does? Alissa also tweeted out mysteriously one night that she was engaged. FaZe hasn't commented on it yet, and the two never really said anything about it after the tweet went out. Come on, Alissa, let us in on the secret. If you're engaged, we need to know. She's no longer a part of Team 10. Most people were first introduced to Alissa as a part of Team 10. She was one of the notorious group of teens who lived in the epic Team 10 house and filmed videos daily. But sadly, she is no longer a part of the crew. We can't really blame her though. Once there's bad blood between you and the crew's leader, it would probably be pretty awkward to hang around. She also claimed that none of the rest of the crew had her back after she got kicked out of the Team 10 house. If that is true, that is really tragic. Alissa, we hope you find some new friends that will have your back. She's the queen of diss tracks. Most YouTubers love a good diss track, and we must admit that we do too. They are the best way to find out dirt about our favorite YouTubers. Since her departure from Team 10, Alissa has become the queen of diss tracks. She remade Jake Paul and Team 10's It's Everyday Bro into a song called It's Every Night Sis. The song completely annihilates Jake and calls him out for everything that he ever did to her. In the song, she and Rice Gum claim that Jake used to be a bully back when he was in school and that his nice guy act is completely fake. Harsh. She started out on Vine. You may know Alissa from YouTube, but her earliest fans know that it isn't where she got her start. She actually began her rise to fame on the 6-second video app Vine. She began posting to Vine in early 2013. She quickly gained a following on the app due to her constant uploading of videos. By the time the app shut down for good, she had over 600,000 followers. Luckily, she was able to make the switch over to YouTube. Her YouTube channel now has over 3 million subscribers, so the switch might actually actually have been a good thing for her. Clout gang. We guess it's safe to say that Alissa likes to be a part of a crew. She left one and joined another. After her departure from Team 10, she teamed up with her boyfriend FaZe Banks and YouTuber RiceGum. The 3-person crew is called Clout Gang, and it's set to rival Team 10. FaZe Banks said that they already have a house ready for people to move into, and that they plan to just be a crew that vibes with each other and helps one another grow. It sounds pretty similar to Team 10. They also claim to have some pretty big investors backing them, so we can't wait to see where this crew goes in the future. Her friendship with RiceGum. Sometimes your boyfriend's best friend becomes your best friend too. RiceGum and FaZe Banks have been best friends and roommates for a while, so when Alissa started dating FaZe, she probably ended up spending a lot of time with his bestie. Their friendship was really set in stone when RiceGum teamed up with Alissa to help her take down her ex. With his help, she was able to make her notorious diss record, It's Every Night Sis. You know you're really friends with someone when they jump in and help get back at your ex. Well done, Rice. She was assaulted. Alissa is no stranger to drama, but no one deserves to be hurt. Recently, she and FaZe Banks went home to Ohio to visit her family over the Thanksgiving holiday. Unfortunately, while they were there, they got into an altercation. The pair claimed that Alissa was assaulted while they were out one night. And what do you think the fight was over? A bathroom, apparently. Supposedly, the restroom was a restricted area and the bouncer wanted FaZe to leave. But instead of stating it calmly, he started to assault Alissa and FaZe. Geez, it seems like this couple can't go anywhere without getting into trouble. Poor Alissa and FaZe. That's it for 20 things you didn't know about Alissa Violet. Were you surprised by any of these things on this list? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.